person to talk about a situation that I am. You have heard about Senator Nancy Schreiber and her corrupt business of Child Protective Services and how they were picking on low-income families and such. And even though I've seen you go on about a lot of other different issues in the last couple of years, I don't really see you mentioning that one too much anymore. Well, for someone that has just proved after the state that I am has been calling me nothing but a drug-headed mother, took away my parental rights, and basically ruined, segregated my family, and a whole mess of this is going on, and I have some videos on YouTube to explain this. But to try to make a long story short, which I'm not very famous for, and also my grandma and stuff, I would love to tell you my story of what happened and also what I could take for legal actions on the state I lived in, basically accusing me of taking illegal medications and etc., etc. And I finally get all my paper back, and there's no proof to set up to say that this at all was the mother, who they took the parental rights away because I wouldn't sign nothing away, and they basically lied and said I was a junkie, and now I got the records back that says otherwise. There is negative, and the only thing I have written down is the stuff that I'm supposed to be on to help me and stuff, despite a lot of confusion, which I could certainly straighten out because I worked on the last 4 years. The case began in August of 13, and I lost my custody April 29th. The last time I saw 2 of my daughters out of 6 of my kids was the day before Mother's Day of 2015, and I lost my so-called appeal because it's all court-appointed lawyers, because we know how good they always are wanting to represent low-income parents, especially parents that are on disability, despite I worked at a bank and stuff. But when you become sick, all of a sudden you seem to have no good qualities in this world. And you've been speaking of that, seeing only the elight's going to be able to survive. And that's kind of a scary thought. And I like to call you on that because it is scary, because you're saying that. And when you say that, it makes you don't believe you're getting to these children. You're making it sound like people that don't know big heavy duty things about computers have no place in this world. And I really like to get a hold of Alexis Jones, because right now I like to tell him the story about what he had talked to Nancy Schreiber about, the truth about that, how it is still continuing, because I just fell victim 4 years ago of becoming one of those easy targets that they could get a hold of, write stuff about, get my mind in other stuff, get me all rattled, easily target me as being volatile, even though there was no cases of police or anybody like that being involved. It was pretty clean cut, yet I still had my children taken away. Go figure. If you're really caring about this and you want to update on the outcomes of what's going on with these cases, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about my case and see what can't be done, and any help that you could offer would definitely be something I would like to see happen. You make your videos, do the countryside, do the outdoor backyards of the cities and stuff. I definitely like to see if you would get a hold of a mom of 6 and see what couldn't be said about what went on in this circumstance, because it's lies on top of lies on top of lies. And when you're just one single person with not a educated background, such as some of these other people that come off with their big, $10, $50 words or whatever, you're going to look less smarter. You're not going to be able to have a good couple of comebacks. I got a few good ones in, but you can't slam these people. Remember, they went to school. They have more training in these matters. And like my mother used to say to me, Well, people that go to college usually tend to have a little more build up of a vocabulary just to make me feel good. Well, I have since lost my mom and my dad, and I don't want to lose any more. And the father of all six of my kids, I don't want to lose him either. And there shouldn't be no reason because they're trying to subjugate us too. Um, it is made for an interesting story, not even to mention a movie, because there's been some really odd details on top of this. Um, Contact me. I'm right listed below. I would love to see if you really contact your viewers, because again, my name is Julie Anderson, and I would like to get a hold of Alex Jones, the radio talk show host, or even Joe Rogan, or Leah Remini, or Ron Miskevich, or any of those that seem to be talking about these big higher things that they want to get rid of. Well, there's another corrupted system that's destroying families. It's called Child Protective Services, and they're going after low-income families and making new ones out of old ones when the old ones were fine. They were poor. And like Loretta Young once said, Loretta Young said, yeah, growing up poor made her more of a character. Growing up poor, and Dolly Parton put more of a character in them. So there's nothing wrong with growing up poor as long as you still can have the basic needs. Sometimes you don't, but not all of us can be rich. Look at Paris Hilton. We don't credit her because she's rich. We don't credit um, Mrs. Donald Trump with her silhouette heels walking in her floods. So why are we dissing on the poor? The people with money don't seem to be too smart these days either. And also, I don't see their children, especially Donald Trump's child, playing with other people with their active, supposedly, you got to do this in order to look like you're really exposing your children to multi-cultures and multi-this and multi-bullshit. They're pushing shit on kids just because it makes you feel good as a parent and it makes it look good on paperwork. And this is the other stuff that I had to deal with DHS, and so did my guy, just to make them come off good and make them business suits, and they're typing in their phones and their little envelopes full of repeated, they talk about me repeating my stuff, but repeated statements just written differently. And man, Senator Nancy Schaefer said it better than probably I could, but I can give you an update version of what they're doing to another new family. And I'm sure there's another one right now being attacked. Just as one lets go, they pick up another one. So that being said, come find me, Alex Jones. I want to match with you. I really do. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this seriously. I want to match to see what you newly have to say about this new epidemic that's going on about children being legally still kidnapped from low-income families. Because sadly, it's still happening, and it happened to our family. And again, it's still happening to our family, and that's disgusting. That shouldn't be happening anymore.